Good morning. This is John Harder, aka Coins Eagle, and coming to you from Nayarit, Mexico, and it is the date today is January the 9th of 2019. 2019, I believe, will mark the beginning of mass adoption of the cryptocurrency for payment in the marketplace. Yes, for to use cryptocurrency as a means to replace the cash society system. The banking system, the cash system that is currently being used is a debt-based system and has created multiple boom-bust cycles over the past 100 years and has thus impoverished the people of the countries worldwide and has slowly but surely enriched the banking system and has created all of those wars, all of the havoc that we have seen in the world, the poverty, the abject poverty, all of that has been created by the banking cartels. Okay. Now, the cryptocurrency, or should I say Bitcoin, when it was originally created, was created to reverse that, to give the buying power back to the people. And I know that for many people, it's very difficult to catch on to this fact that cash, the banking system is not here in your favor. Okay. And this is the reason that Bitcoin was created. Now, I know Bitcoin, yeah, there's this name floating around out there, Satoshi Nakamoto, that supposedly wrote the that was wrote the code, but when actually it wasn't a person like that. It was well, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But I believe it was the NSA that actually created Bitcoin, and it was high time that the buying power, gets put back into the hands of the people. All right, so that is the objective of Bitcoin, and the way it looks right now is that, oh, thank you, Romeo, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, the way it looks right now is that 2019 is the threshold for cryptocurrency to become wide adoption, basically worldwide. Now, some countries are already on board, and many are getting on board, are in the process of getting on board of this. And of course, some may be lagging behind a little bit, but this is definitely moving forward. And the reason I am talking about this is because this is a phenomenon that gives the average person, the average you and me kind of person who are, who work for a living, okay? It gives us a huge competitive edge. What do I mean by that? Well, think about it. When millions or should we say hundreds of millions, or should we say maybe even billions of people are going to be coming into the cryptocurrency space. That means opportunity. That means opportunity. And maybe you don't see it right now, but let me help you understand that a bit better. And I'll share the screen and take you through a slideshow that hopefully will clear up some questions that you may have regarding this. All right. So let's see if it works to share. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does work. All right. So, okay, what's going on here? We should be able to, oh, I haven't paged back. All right, let's just let the computer catch up and we'll page back to page 1 here. I apologize, I didn't think about that ahead of time. Okay, here we are. So the first question on the first slide is, do you want profit? Well, I think after after every country, just about every person over the years have slowly gotten a little bit more impoverished every year, some profit would be a very good idea. All right. So one business, Python Signals, and 2 opportunities. All right. So now let's look at the first opportunity and then the second opportunity. So the first opportunity is what I already talked about a little bit in the cryptocurrency market, how that that crypto is definitely replacing cash. And as we look at this, well, crypto cycles and trends trading, this is where our competitive edge is. And maybe you're saying to yourself right now, well, I don't know how to trade. I don't know. I have no idea how, when to buy or sell in order to profit. Well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about this morning. All right. So why crypto cycles and trends trading? Because it's the oldest and most reliable way to make money from the crypto market. And it can be done by anyone at any time with any amount of money. Okay. So you don't need a lot of money to get started. And some of the coins, if you're very new to this, maybe you don't really understand the term cryptocurrency market, as it were. And the reason I say that is because I have, I talk to a lot of people, or not really very many, except maybe on the internet, but very often when I talk to people about and I ask them about cryptocurrency, if they're familiar with it or anything like that, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. But then when I say, have you heard about Bitcoin? Oh, yeah, I've heard about Bitcoin. Well, that's what I just wanted to clear up with this, is because Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency that was created. Since then, there are many, many more, which makes the cryptocurrency market a huge market. This has become huge, which is actually really, really good right now for the average person to take advantage of. And if you're new to this space, well, consider yourself lucky to have found out about it while we're still at the beginning of this phenomenon. All right. Okay. So what is the objective? The objective is simply to buy low and sell high. It's the objective of all profits. Okay. Now, you see, profits versus making money having a job is really not the same thing. When to profit is rather that you put an asset into creating a profit for you, rather than just your own personal labor. All right. So, and the only way there is to profit like this is to buy low and sell high. That's really only, that's how the stock markets have always worked. And that's how it works in the crypto market as well. Same thing. All right. So here we have an example of what it looks like to buy low and sell high. So in 2017 in January, you could have bought $100 worth of Bitcoin and sold it in December for 1,400. You could have bought Ethereum $100 worth and sold at $8,750 in December. You could have bought a Litecoin $100 worth and sold at $5,000 in December. You could have bought Monero $100 worth in January and sold in December for $2,400. And you could have bought Dash $100 worth and sold at $8,890 in December of 2017. Now that's not considering all of the ups and downs during the year. Okay, so this is simply buying in January, selling in December, how the market went up, you know, what the end of the year market was in comparison to the beginning of the year. But there are many, many ups and downs along the way where you can pick up extra cash, okay, or extra coin. All right, so the million-dollar question is, when should I buy and when should I sell? And I can give you a very clear example of my own experience, you know, regarding this exact question. When I purchased my first Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, I gained tremendous profits in the first 3 months. But then the coin fell, the price fell, and I had no idea that it was going to do that. And it fell nearly to where it was before, or where it was when I purchased. It was, you know, I mean, I still had some profits left, but it fell, most of the price fell back down. And that was a loss of profit to me. And that was because I didn't have the answer to this question. All right. So I think that's fairly easy to understand. Now, what happens when you do have the answer is that you can know ahead of time what the price is going to be so that you can sell out of the, you know, you can sell your coin before the price drops so that you don't end up in a traffic jam trying to sell when everybody's trying to sell. I hope that makes sense. So Marius Landman, he's our chief data analyst. Now Marius, he has been working for major corporations for 30 plus years, and he had developed an algorithm that allowed him to put data in from past surrounding circumstances and events, and it would project out a future of, you know, so that you could know basically what the future was going to be. This, and it did it with amazing accuracy. Well, in 2015, he plugged that system into the cryptocurrency market, and it has yielded tremendous results, okay? Even in 2018, when between January and July, when the market was very, how should we say, when it was a bear market, he still pulled out 518% profits, okay? Now, let us look at a scenario that is quite typical, that gives us an understanding of what the power of this really is, okay? You see, in 2017, Bitcoin hit $20,000, or was it just under 20,000? But it was very, very close. Okay, so what happened here, Marius, he had a list of subscribers that were taking data that were using his data algorithm, and Wall Street was telling people, using the news media, telling people to buy crypto, buy crypto, buy crypto, buy crypto. It's going to go up way, way high. Well, Marius Landman, he told his subscribers, pull out at 19.5, pull out your profits. And many of them did. The rest of us, well, we went over the cliff with the price. You see, that is the power of knowing ahead of time what the prices are going to be. And when you have this algorithm that tells you, then you can, and you know, especially with such amazing accuracy, then you can cash out ahead of time so that you can preserve your profits. And you see, once you've pulled out your profits, the further the coin falls, the further the price falls, the better off you are. Because that only means that now you can buy it at even lower prices to write up the price again. All right. Now, let us have a look. You know, I mean, what would it be worth to you to have, you know, to have access to this kind of data? You know, well, it doesn't take much. All you have to do is subscribe. Python Signals, and the packages that are available to subscribe to this data are there are 4 different packages available. The first one being the silver package at $50. Then there's a gold package at $150. Then there's a platinum package for $250, and finally a galaxy package for $500. Okay. Now the silver package, it covers 30 days access to the data. Okay. And it pays 6 levels in the pay plan at 24%. Okay, so the gold package is quarterly. It covers 90 days of access to the data and pays 9 levels at 36%. The platinum package is bi-yearly, like covers 6 months access and pays 12 levels in the and 48% in the matrix. And then the Galaxy 500 or the Galaxy package, it, for just 1 more day, gives you 18 months access. After tomorrow, it will only be 12 months access. So it'll be a yearly purchase of $500, and it pays 18 levels and at 65.5% in the matrix. Now, every package here has a 10% direct referral commission over and above the matrix payout. All right, hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so then it also talks here about a Galaxy Lifetime, which I believe has been sold out, no longer available. All right, so, okay, so here we are. Now, what exactly do you get when you buy a package? You get Marius's timely trading report for the top 40 cryptos, private Zoom meetings with Marius and team, email notifications, and private Telegram group, and 5.1 million annual income roadmap. This is what's available to you, okay? Now, let us take a closer look at the opportunity number 2, which is the revenue share plan. This is the 5.1 million annual income roadmap. And here's how it works. These are the guidelines for this. In order to be paid, you have to have a subscription with Python Signals. Simple as that. You don't have to have any amount of volume. You don't have to have any amount of volume in the one leg or the other leg, or any amount of subscribers. It doesn't matter. You just have to be a subscriber in order to get paid in the 2 by 18 force matrix, okay? So all commissions are paid in Bitcoin daily. All right, so the matrix, here's what the matrix table looks like, based on the idea that every person has the Galaxy 500 package. And you might say to yourself right now, well, why would everybody have the Galaxy 500 package? Well, that's actually quite simple, okay? Because if you have any of the other packages and the matrix builds beyond your level, you won't be getting paid on those levels. And that can very quickly add up far more than the price of upgrading. All right, so it makes only, it only makes sense to upgrade to the higher level and cash in on those commissions. All right, so the first column are the levels, how many levels. The second column are the percentages per level. The third is how many subscriptions are sold. The fourth is the payout on each level. And finally, the fifth column is the total matrix payout on each level, okay? So if you're a silver member, you'd be making $2,250, even if the matrix you are in ends up building levels all the way down to 18. You only get paid to the 6th level unless, of course, you buy a higher level, in which then allows you to be paid up to that level, okay? Now, the gold package would pay you $18,250 when the matrix is filled, and the platinum would pay you $146,250. Now that's more than the average person makes at a job, even if they have 2 or 3 jobs. Finally, the 18th level, if you're a Galaxy member, you would be paid on all 18 levels when your matrix is filled, and you'd be making $5,102,410 in your matrix. Okay. Now, let me just take you to one other page here, and that is the graph where that CoinMarketCap has of Bitcoin. And here's the thing. If you follow this graph along a little bit and you notice all of the ups and downs here, the first time that Bitcoin went up to 1,000, what did we have? We had $1,149, okay? Now, let's say you would have bought some Bitcoin when it was $100, and you would have, bought just a few Bitcoin. Well, imagine what the price would be, or what the money you would make selling it at $1,000, okay? Because it went as high as $1,049, so $1,149, meaning that selling it at $1,000, you would have still been safe without dropping back down, and you would have made a tremendous profit. You can easily do the calculations. Let's just simply say you had 1 Bitcoin that you bought at $100 when it was 100, and you have just made 10 times your money by selling it at 1,000, okay? Well, what happens after that? Now the price drops again, and here you could pick it up again at a low. Let's try to get that at a low of 560. I think it actually goes a little bit lower than that. I'm not sure. Seems like that's about the lowest. So let's say you again 560. Well, that means now you can buy 2 Bitcoins. You can now buy 2 Bitcoins from the, well, just about 2. Okay. And now it goes back up to 975, and there you sell again. right? So this is how you accumulate more and more Bitcoins, by selling it at the highs and selling and buying more at the lows. So, you know, spending your money at the lows, and all along the way here, there are so many ups and downs where, you know, where it goes from, you know, a low here of $238, which is incredible. And then you write it up, and you could again sell it at 390, at 93, which is just about double again, right? And then buy in again here at 321, I think I saw 321, and then, you know, and then you might have to hang on to it for a bit here, because I don't see it there. Yeah, there are some ups and downs here, but here again we're hitting another little peak, which is 733. Pretty awesome. And then sell it, and then you ride along, and here is a low spot at 570. You buy again, and then ride it up to this point. Here we are again at 1,032, sell, and then again a low of 796. You can again buy. You see how that works? Just buy and sell over and over, cashing in on all of these ups and downs. And now look at the hockey stick wild ride of the profits you can get right here when it hits up to $20,000. And by now you would have accumulated quite a few coins from when you bought for one. And now look at what happens. Now you can sell at that kind of a price at $19,500, and then you wait for this low here, which is 13,600, now 85.40, and then you sell again just before this peak of 17,000. You see, then you drop down, you preserve until you get down here, and then you buy at 8,000 again, only to just sell at, what is it? It's a little tricky here, okay, to sell at 11,000, you know, to buy again at 9,000, and then sell again at 11,000, and then to buy again at 7,000 and sell at, you know, at 9,600. You see what I'm saying? There is tremendous profits to make. And this here is what makes it so easy, is because you know ahead of time what the prices are going to be, so you know exactly when to sell and when to buy in order to gain these kinds of profits. Okay, so let me just come out of the screen share for now here. Right, so I'll stop the screen share, come out of this, and then we'll go back to the video here and pull up mine. Okay, all right, so here we are. That is the kind of profits that you're able to make in the cryptocurrency market. All right. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to show you what's possible. And if you want to cash in on this phenomenon, the links are below the video. You can get started. You can contact me if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to help you with anything that you need help with. Oh, thank you very much, Stephen Cuffey, for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. All right, so thank you very much for watching, and let's enjoy the profits that we can make in the cryptocurrency space, this is the best place to be right now. Thank you very much.